Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading. My name is Sophie, and I am so excited to have you here with me. For those of you who are new here, I do monthly readings, but I may begin doing weekend readings depending on how you guys enjoy these. These will be shorter than the monthly readings I generally do. Kindly remember that time and energy are fluid, so take the messages that resonate and leave the rest behind. This reading is for the sign of Taurus, wherever it presents in your birth chart. I do offer personal readings, and you can find my information in the description box below. If you enjoyed today's reading, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And with that, Taurus, let's get started. So we're going to start with the Kipper deck and get an idea of the people, themes, just energies at work right now in your current situation. And then we're going to pull from the tarot some past, present, future, and guidance. So what's going on, please, for Taurus? Spirit, please provide a message for Taurus. What's going on for Taurus? So right off the bat, we've got bad health and change. So for those of you who have been encountering bad health recently, poor health, that will be changing very, very soon. For those of you who have been engaging in risky behavior, this is a warning that if you continue down this path, you might find yourself not doing quite as well as you were hoping you would be. So just be mindful of any unnecessary risks that you're taking and any lack of protection in any capacity that you just have been overlooking. Okay, there's something to be watchful of. Taurus, please. So we've got child. All right, so I'm going to say this. For those of y'all who are engaging in intimacies unprotected, please be mindful that this is a very fertile period for you. And you may find yourself not in physically poor health, but you may find yourself in a situation that mentally you are not prepared for, and that massive change will create some tension. Okay, now with child, this is an 18, which reduces to a 9, so you could be connecting with a Virgo. You have another 9 here with change, and you have a 4. 31 reduces to a 4, so you could be connecting with an Aries. But whatever this is that you are connecting with, Taurus, this involves either a child or a brand new beginning of some kind. Poverty, so 37 is a 10. This is the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so I feel for many of you, Taurus, this is about you moving out of a space of not having enough. But if, again, this goes back to the warning, the jump cards that came out, be mindful, Taurus, of taking unnecessary risks in any of the resources you have, time, energy, money, health, okay? Anything that you have that you feel very fortunate to have, please be mindful not to take unnecessary risk, because there is something here that might not play out the way you thought it would if you don't take the necessary precautions. And I have a feeling that you know exactly what that is. 33, which is concern, this reduces to a 6, so you could be connecting with a Gemini. This is lover's energy, but there is something that's come to your attention that has perked your ears up, something you've got to think long and hard about. For some, this concern is because you thought you just thought you knew what the outcome to a situation would be, and it's not that. But it could also be that something completely out of your something that you couldn't even begin to anticipate makes itself known, and now it sort of thwarts your plan a little bit. And that's creating, again, a sense of tension. And there may be some loss of money, of time, of energy. It's almost like having to double back because you thought this was going to be a straight line, but it wasn't that straight. You still had to take certain preventative measure. All right. And I do remember somewhat the monthly reading that we did for Taurus a couple of weeks ago. And that was talking about you enjoying the fruits of your labor, not spending so much, and not spending too much time, energy, or money. You can enjoy it and spoil yourself a little bit, but there has to be sort of an end date. You can't be on like a perpetual vacation because there are still certain things that need to be tended to. So I feel like in some sense this is calling back, this is hearkening back to that reading, but take that please as it resonates, Taurus. This could be for a completely different set. Now, 35 being pathway, you could be connecting with a Leo. All right, 35 reduces to an 8. But this is about strength, and this is about choosing which direction you're moving into, or the path that you have already chosen. I'm getting that you just have to be careful. All right, Taurus? It's not that you've chosen the wrong path. It's just something about this path is different than the previous, and there should be sort of like, I feel like in this picture there should be like beware signs in it. Because that's what I'm seeing, that's what I'm feeling. It's like just beware. It's not that the path itself is treacherous, but if you're used to going down left, right, you know, diagonal, center, right, riding your bike all through the different paths, this is a different park. You have to be careful. There's different wildlife here. That's kind of what it feels like. It's not bad, but it's different enough to have to know your limits. Now let's see for Taurus, please. Past, present, future, and guidance with advice for Taurus. Past, present, future, and guidance for Taurus, please. Past, present, future. Okay. So in your past, you have the Hermit, Virgo energy. In the present, you have the Ten of Wands. In the future, you have the King of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And as your advice, you've got the Five of Pentacles. So that is the crux. Let's see. Now, in the past with the Hermit, we have clarifying it, the Eight of Pentacles, and we've got strength. Okay, so doing the internal work, but not just that. It's about closely examining the effort you're putting into something. So you know quite a lot about what you're doing, Taurus. This is not beyond you. This is something that harkens again to your experience. This is calling upon what you have already practiced over. You are a leader. Let's put it that way. You're a leader, to be frank. You know what you do. You're one of the best at it. There's no question. There's a high level of confidence here, especially in the recent past. There's just a confidence here, like you are impenetrable. You're just very self-directive, and there's no stopping you, right? There's that feeling of invincibility. Now, in the current space, you have the Ten of Wands being clarified by the Chariot and the Page of Wands. So you could be connecting with a Cancer, but this is about moving into a space this is about a very difficult transition. Okay, very, very difficult transition. There's something pressuring you into this direction. There might be travel involved. I'm getting for some, this is quite literally you just like packing so many bags, right? The Page of Wands, I get like Sagittarian energy, because the Page of Wands, similar to the Knight of Wands, is like a traveler. Page of Wands is just ready to go. Sometimes to their own detriment, they just burn out. So this is about you in a space where you have to be careful again, Taurus. There's like something here that through your experience, you're like, oh, I can handle that. I can lift that weight. I can pull the same number of hours. Something is shifting, Taurus. And that is not to say that you are not who you once were, but you know yourself best, and you have to listen to your body and listen to those intuitive nudges you've been getting. I have the feeling that there is something here that you know is changing. And this is the point where as you move into that direction, if there's a certain pressure that is associated with this path, you have to be mindful of it, because this is a gateway into burning yourself out, overworking yourself. And the Five of Pentacles being in the advice concerns me, just because it's to say that you are not alone, right? You are not alone in whatever difficulty you face. But with the Five of Pentacles, it the Five of Pentacles comes from a feeling of lack. And it may be real, it may be imagined, but it is something that you can come out of. It is something that you can overcome it easily. But getting there sometimes comes with sticking to the same old routines often enough to where we deplete ourselves. Where we deplete ourselves, and that becomes problematic. So in the near future, with the King of Wands, the Devil, and the Queen of Pentacles, be so careful, Taurus, because I think some of y'all are gonna spend. Some of y'all are gonna, hold on, let me just clarify. Five of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Two of Swords, let me just, with the Queen here, okay. Underneath, we've got the Ten of Pentacles, okay? I don't always look at the bottom during these readings, but I might have to, because I find that every time I notice the card that's underneath, it is always so relevant. Ten of Pentacles, right? So this is like a family situation, a marriage, a long-term commitment, could indicate travel, some kind of windfall of abundance that really lends itself to investing in long-term wealth, right? In the near future, with the King of Wands, you could be connecting with a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. With the Devil, you could be connecting with a Capricorn. You are showing up as yourself, right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but strong Tauran energy. And this is about, right? It showed up just like this. You have to be so careful, Taurus, that you are not just indulging in every single temptation. The King of Wands is somebody very dynamic, someone who does what they want when they want. The issue with that being coupled with the Devil is that this is somebody who does what they want when they want, even when it's not the right decision. And why? With the Queen of Pentacles, it's because you just want to lavish yourself. You just want to be surrounded by all of these things. You just want to indulge and live in the extravagance, right? Nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. But with the Devil, that what it means is it's too much. It's in excess. It becomes an addiction. It's like, retail therapy. It's one thing to get a new bag because you've worked hard and it's the bag you've always wanted. It's another thing to literally swipe the card at every single bag that you fancy just because you feel like you can. Because then it's less about having worked hard for something, and it's more about spending what you don't have. You're running out of the resource before you even get to enjoy the things that you're purchasing. So it's the addiction. Have to slow down. If there's something you want, really sit with it, because while you might be secure, again, the devil shows up and the devil takes everything. So it's as if to say, while you have a certain level of security that you've known for so long, you feel like it can't be taken, in one unhealthy habit, it can all disappear. So it sounds extreme, Taurus, but if this message is for you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everyone's got something, even if it's like a little thing that they don't feed. Someone's always got a thing that they teeter to, something that they like. Clarifying the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Page of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Two of Cups. Be wary of any intimate connections that encourage this type of thinking. Page of Swords is about online text messaging. This feels to me almost like retail therapy. Some kind of connection with someone that it's almost like a subtle kind of connection that they have with you, where you almost bond over the same types of things. It's about someone enabling you or encouraging you, and y'all encourage each other. Finding company and people with the same vices as you, just be very careful. It could be a partner, it could be someone that you meet, but in the near future, just be mindful of any desires to indulge in excess, because with your advice here being the Five of Pentacles clarified by the Knight of Cups and the Two of Swords, you could be connecting with a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But this is about you ending up in a space of not having enough and not knowing what to do at that point. So be careful that you don't lose track of what you're doing, who you're doing things with, the risks involved, right? Five of Pentacles, again, is indicative also of the bad health that we got. Where is that, please? Right? So just have to be very, very careful. Okay? Because it's not that the process won't be enjoyable. It's the outcome that you didn't intend because you're trying to do a different thing using the same recipe. Something's changed. Focus. Don't allow it to stop you, right? Don't reach that impasse where now you overthink into oblivion and don't make a decision, but draw on your experience, draw on your confidence, okay? Don't allow any limitations or thoughts of scarcity keep you from doing something you want to do, right? You don't have to fear that. It's all about just being mindful of the risk, being mindful of the reality, enjoying within your ability, and just know that if you exceed, whether it's, money, energy, time, you give to something to a point that you really did not plan originally, it's got to come from somewhere. The recuperation has to come from somewhere. So when this time has come to a close and you come back to square one, just be prepared to balance the scales out again. It's about taking responsibility for actions that you take and whatever outcomes follow. Okay? And with that, Taurus, I'm going to leave you. Those are all the messages I'm receiving right now. And I pray that this gave you the clarification and confirmation that you were seeking. I hope that this was helpful. I appreciate you very much for allowing me to connect with you. If you found this reading helpful, please leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Also, like, share, and subscribe if you would like to see future readings with me. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find my information in the description box below. And that is all for me today, Taurus. I will connect with you in the next reading. Thanks so much for joining me. And until the next time, I'm sending you all of my love and hugs through the screen. I'll see you next time. Bye.